We just got a massive update regarding Activision Blizzard and what's going to happen with Call of Duty and other titles after the deal closes. There's a lot here to talk about, so let's get into it. What is going on, everybody? This is RandAlthor19, the man with the million, back again with another video. I hope everybody is having a wonderful day. If you guys can do me a huge favor, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and please share this out on social media. I would greatly appreciate it very much. Thank you guys for checking out the video. So, you know how I said in yesterday's video that I wasn't really going to talk about Xbox and Activision Blizzard and the exclusivity stuff going on with Call of Duty unless there was new information from Phil Spencer or Satya Nadella. Well, I said that because I thought there wasn't going to be any new information for quite some time, but fast forward 24 hours and we have basically a statement from Microsoft to regulators who would look over the deal, and it's very much in line with Phil Spencer's tweet from basically 3 weeks ago about how they intend to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation for the foreseeable future. So let's dive into actually what was said in this article. So the Microsoft article is titled "Adapting Ahead of Regulation, a Principled Approach to App Stores." And when I first read it, I thought to myself, what the hell does app stores have to do with the Activision Blizzard acquisition? And when you read through this whole thing, it mostly talks about the things that they are doing to kind of make Windows open platform, because they know that regulation is coming. They know that the governments from not only the United States but EU are looking at them and they have to change some things. And it seems to me that Microsoft is feeling a little bit of pressure. Maybe they sort of feel that the Activision Blizzard deal isn't exactly a slam dunk like everybody assumed it would be, and they're tying together this App Store changes with the Activision Blizzard thing to use a PR marketing blitz to try to get the deal to go through so regulators don't look at it too closely so it can pass really quickly. But honestly, what do I know? I'm just a dude in front of a microphone. I'm not a lawyer. I don't run a $1 trillion business. It was just the first thing that came to mind when reading this article. So this is what Microsoft had to say about Activision Blizzard and specifically Call of Duty. "We also recognize the regulators may well have other important questions as they review our acquisition of Activision Blizzard. We're committed to addressing every potential question, and we want to address publicly at the outset 2 such questions here. First, some commentators have asked whether we will continue to make popular content like Activision's Call of Duty available on competing platforms like Sony's PlayStation. The obvious concern is that Microsoft could make this title available exclusively on the Xbox console, undermining opportunities for Sony PlayStation users. To be clear, Microsoft will continue to make Call of Duty and other popular Activision Blizzard titles available on PlayStation through the term of any existing agreement with Activision. And we have committed to Sony that we will also make them available on PlayStation beyond the existing agreement and into the future so that Sony fans can continue to enjoy the games they love. We are also interested in taking similar steps to support Nintendo's successful platform. We believe this is the right thing for the industry, for gamers, and for our business." Now, this statement was very similar to the tweet that Phil Spencer made on January 20th when he said, "Had good calls this week with leaders at Sony. I confirmed our intent to honor all existing agreements upon acquisition of Activision Blizzard and our desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. Sony is an important part of our industry and we value our relationship." So I guess there's a couple ways you could look at this whole thing. One of it is through being completely cynical. You remember how everybody was dissecting Phil's tweet, talking about the word desire and saying, hey, I desire to be a millionaire, but we don't always get what we desire. You can essentially read through Microsoft's post here and also look at it very cynically and say, well, they're really not committing to much outside of existing agreements, and they didn't say new titles. They're saying they're going to remain available, and who knows how long that's going to be and what games it's going to encompass. Really, it's just a smokescreen. Microsoft was just saying this to placate the regulators, and then when this deal goes through, boom, they're gonna pull the rug out from underneath everybody, and Call of Duty will be exclusive, and so will Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2, and it'll be just a big joke that Xbox pulled on everybody, right? Or you could look at it like Microsoft is basically being upfront about it, and the Phil Spencer tweet was their first salvo, basically saying what their plans were going to be with Call of Duty. And this blog post, which really is directed not so much at the public as it is with regulators, because Microsoft needs this deal to go through. People think this whole deal is strictly about Call of Duty, and while Call of Duty is a big part of it, I mean, Activision Blizzard did just say they made $5 billion just in microtransactions last year alone, and a lot of that would come from Call of Duty. Microsoft would also get King, which is a mobile developer, and Microsoft has no mobile presence, and they get Blizzard, a PC developer, where Microsoft really wants to grow in the PC market. So there's a lot of things working on this deal, and if the sacrificial lamb to make sure the deal goes through, that regulators don't say, you know what, that's a little bit anti-competitive. If Call of Duty has to be on PlayStation for it to be done, then it's going to be done. And this whole article is basically their PR piece, their opening salvo to make sure this deal goes through. And you know what? I tend to believe them. I don't think you say these sort of things about Call of Duty and other popular Activision Blizzard franchises remaining on PlayStation, basically telling regulators that only to pull the rug out from underneath everybody later on and say, haha, we were just joking, because then it wouldn't look good for you when you go acquire somebody else. And I'm sure there's probably plenty of people in chat saying, Rand, you're gonna have to take your L on this one. You said that Call of Duty would be exclusive, that Warzone would remain on PlayStation, but the main premium titles would be exclusive after the existing deals would go through. And yeah, looks like I'm wrong on this one. It happens. It's just a prediction. Although I guess there's still some sort of wiggle room between what titles will be coming to PlayStation. I mean, they mentioned, quote, other popular Activision Blizzard titles, right? But who knows what that could mean? I mean, they were very firm mentioning Call of Duty multiple times, saying that they're going to honor agreements, and then they're committed to PlayStation to put those games in the future so that PlayStation gamers can play the games they love. I mean, they even started off this whole thing by saying that some people were worried that they would remove Call of Duty from PlayStation consoles. But the term other popular Activision Blizzard titles is a lot more vague. What could it mean? Does it mean every single existing IP that Activision has put out? So Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4. What if Microsoft decides to bring back Crash or Spyro or Guitar Hero or Tony Hawk? Would those fall in the category of other popular Activision Blizzard titles? The answer to that is we just don't know at this point. I'll make another prediction and say that when Overwatch 2 and Diablo 4 come out, I think those games will also be multi-platform. But who knows if Microsoft does decide to make a new Spyro game or a new Guitar Hero game, if they would just keep those titles for exclusives for the Xbox and PC ecosystem and just have those on Game Pass. Now, the article and even Phil's tweet doesn't even talk about new IP. And we know that Blizzard has announced a new IP. They're hiring for it. It's a new survival IP, not set in any of the worlds that Blizzard has made. So not set in the Warcraft world or the Overwatch world or Diablo world. It's all new. And does that fall under this other popular Activision Blizzard's category? I don't think so. So to me, it's almost going to be like when they started talking about the whole Bethesda deal, that it's going to be a case-by-case basis. I think you can take to the bank that Call of Duty is going to be multi-platform for quite some time, maybe not forever, maybe just for a few years, maybe until 2028, because they're really not committing and saying that the game is going to be multi-platform forever, so there's still wiggle room there. But I do think you'll see Call of Duty on PlayStation for quite some time. So other popular Activision Blizzard titles, who knows? It's probably a case-by-case basis, and there's nothing in there talking about new IP. So you could probably assume that any new IP these teams make, like Beanox or High Moon or anything from Blizzard, would essentially be Xbox exclusives, but who knows at this point. Now, there is something I want to talk about, and that is messaging. I understand why Microsoft has to make this blog post, why they got to tie the Activision Blizzard acquisition with their whole App Store stuff to make it look as good as possible for regulators, so the deal actually goes through. Like, I understand all that stuff, but there's one thing that Xbox really hasn't been good with, and that is messaging. Now, if we go back to when they acquired Bethesda, the conversation was, are these games going to be exclusive? And the answer basically was they're going to live on platforms where Xbox Game Pass exists. That's why when this past year at E3, when Microsoft showed off Starfield and Redfall for the first time, they had exclusive written out in the biggest font you could possibly imagine, because they want people to know that Starfield and future Bethesda games were going to be only available on Xbox. But this Activision Blizzard acquisition seems to be a little bit different, doesn't it? Especially if you believe that Phil Spencer and Microsoft is being 100% truthful in their desire to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation for the foreseeable future, and it's not just one big giant smokescreen, because then, well, Call of Duty and other Activision Blizzard games would essentially live on platforms where Game Pass doesn't, because as of right now, Game Pass doesn't exist on PlayStation, and it doesn't exist on Nintendo. So that's where messaging is going to come back. Because then people will say, well, wait a minute, why is Call of Duty and Diablo 4 and Overwatch 2 multi-platform everywhere, but Starfield is an exclusive to Xbox? Why not just put Halo and Forza and all the Bethesda games everywhere and make as much money as you possibly can? What's the difference between Activision Blizzard and everything else? And that, my friends, is something the Xbox PR teams are going to have to do a damn good job of messaging in the future, because some people are going to scratch their heads about this whole situation. Personally, I don't care if Call of Duty is going to be on PlayStation forever. I game on Xbox, it's where I'm going to play the game, and just now, I'm not going to have to pay for it. I'll be able to play the campaign through Xbox Game Pass, so it's a win in my book. So let me know what you think about all this in the comments below. Do you think they're being truthful? Or is this all just one big smokescreen and Call of Duty will be exclusive as soon as the deal goes through? Let me know what you think in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Share this out on social media. Hit that notification bell. Thank you guys so much for taking the time out of your day to watch the video. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.